Hi, everyone, and welcome to episode 3 of the Aimless Yarn podcast, where two best mates talk about funny stories and awkward situations that have happened to them over the years. My name is John DeCunha,
I'm Luke.
and today
Have you
we're
noticed? Have you
talking.
noticed, John? I never use my last name.
I know, I don't know why. It's me that's easier to find than you with my last name.
No.
There's not
The other
many
thing
John
is, no
DeCunhas.
one knows how to spell your last name.
Well, actually, that's a lie because you do,
Yeah.
and my
Okay.
wife does.
Well, no one
So,
else outside the
well, my
family.
mum.
Yeah.
I could go on, Luke.
Yeah. All right. All right.
But anyway, this week, Luke, what we're talking about? We're talking about what we used to get up to when we were kids,
Mm.
and this brings us on to our hobby of, well, your hobby. I think it started off with making movies, Luke. So you want to elaborate on that, mate?
Yeah. Well, it kind of started out as a project at school. A mate of mine whose brother worked for Yorkshire Television. They decided they were going to make a zombie film,
Yep.
and Day of the Living Zombies, and and they said, "Do you want to be in it?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I suppose so." Got no else to do this weekend. So anyway, I walks to his house, which is absolutely miles away. And we
Yeah.
got there, and anyway, we made this zombie movie, and um, it ended up on this late night show for home movies called Flux on ITV,
Oh
and
yeah.
it's like what 90, God, early 90s.
Well,
You know what I
I
mean?
think you were about 14 because I remember you
Yeah,
bringing it into school, didn't you?
yeah.
And
So
showing everyone. So it's
mm,
probably about 95.
somewhat like no, I think it's even earlier than that. To be
It
honest,
might be. 'Cause
yeah,
I definitely remember your hairstyle back then.
mm,
It was a very floppy fringe. It tickled your eyelids, if I remember correctly.
exactly like that, John. Yeah. Anyway, after watching it being put together with music and sound effects and stuff like that, I just kind of got bitten by the bug with it, and
Yeah.
I ended up borrowing my auntie's camcorder, and we made like loads of stupid films like with my mates and stuff. And then I got to know that there were a media course. I ended up with media studies at college, and
Yeah.
I bought my own camcorder and just kind of got into it like that, really.
hmm
But
And you roped us a lot into it, didn't you?
yeah, yeah, exactly. I didn't have any paid actors; it were all my mates, and yeah, you play. Did you play someone called Romeo Falconridge?
Yes, I think we touched on it last week, didn't we?
Romeo Falconridge.
Because I was a wine and spirits merchant at Morrison's, wasn't it, at the time? And we were
Mm,
looking for a character name. And I said, why don't you use Falcon Ridge, which is a famous African wine?
yeah, Romeo Falconridge.
Oh,
Um,
dear.
yeah,
We,
so
yeah, so that's how you roped us into it, mate. But
yeah, so but it were
I
all
actually,
very makeshift at the beginning. It were like I didn't have any editing program or out like that. It were all like basically you'd do a few takes and stuff like that, and then you'd have
mm,
your camcorder be plugged into your VCR, and you press record
mm-hmm,
and play on your camcorder, and you'd edit it by pausing the video
uh,
while you're playing it off your camera, and then it would just
well, you've
long
got to
press.
remind everyone that this is like the mid 90s, so this is
Yeah,
before the internet came along.
yeah. Before
And
computers or all like that, it were all manually done on like on. You plug your camcorder into your VCR,
mm-hmm,
press record on your tape,
mm-hmm,
and stop the recording when you finish that take, and then fast forward your camcorder, find your next shot, and
mm-hmm.
then press record on your video again, press play on your camcorder simultaneously, and then that's how you'd edit it. And then
God,
it was just so
very analog.
yeah, exactly, yeah,
But why did you get into this, Lou? I think I've figured out why you got into it and probably why I joined you along with it as well. And that's probably because we didn't have the internet and we had nothing better to do. So it
yeah,
was like a hobby that we could all do together.
but you'd have
It's like,
such great fun doing it as
yes,
well
you would.
because you'd point the camera, and then there were never a script. You were
No.
always some guy walking along, and then some guy jumps him. And it just happened. I remember one where there's a lad is sat there. It's Clegg is sat there, and my cousin John, who's he happened to be at my house one day, and I said, "Oh, we're going to make a film,"
Mm-hmm.
and he's sat there. Clegg is sat there. John's walking along, and Clegg has got a wallet in his hand. And my cousin starts kicking crap out of him,
Yeah.
And then oh no, Alexander, that were it.
Mm.
Yeah, no, yeah, it was Cleggy. And then John comes along, he sees a wallet in his hand, and then Alexander comes and he goes, What you doing? What you doing? He goes, He's just been to the bank machine. And then they both start
Oh
kicking
God,
crap
I
out of
remember
him.
that one.
He just went to
Yeah.
the bank machine. And that were it, that were the film,
Yeah.
You get your camcorder, knock on your mate's door, so we're gonna make a film. Oh yeah, go on then, where we're off to, and then you just kind of make it up as you were going along, and
That was the beauty of it, wasn't it? And and
there was
that's
no
yeah.
plan to it. You just didn't know what it was going to turn out like.
Well, that's the
And
beauty of it. Anything that's got endless ways, you just kind of just do it. It makes it more fun, more exciting. 'Cause you don't know what's going to happen.
yeah,
But before we get into some of the stories, Lou, what have you been up to this week?
right, well, yesterday was my first day as manager in the team.
Oh,
Right, okay, and I'm working from home at the moment, but because of obviously COVID, so everybody's having to work from home, apart from people who have to be in the office.
Yeah.
But as the manager, as one of the duties as my role now is I have to go into the office. There's 4 offices, and I have to go and visit them separately. And I go one on a Monday, then on a Thursday, and then the following week it's a different one on the Monday and a different one on a Thursday. So anyway, yesterday I'm on my way into the office, and my wife's got the car, so I have to use the bus.
Oh God.
Yeah.
When was the last time you used a bus, Lou?
Don't know.
God. I don't think I've used a bus since I was in my teen years, mate.
I know. But yeah, anyway, I've got the app on my phone. It's the bus ticket app. You download a ticket to your phone, and then you just show it. You just put it under the scanner when you get on the bus.
Yeah.
And
technology.
And so it's just been we're mayhem in the morning, getting kids ready. Getting them ready for Claire to take them to my mum's and all that stuff. It was just I ended up just being late. Late out at door.
Yeah. If only
I missed my bus.
Yeah.
The one bus that were going to get me to work on time. And so, anyway, like the next 3 buses missed. I'm stood. I must have
missed
stood out.
The next 3 buses.
They didn't come.
They didn't turn up.
And I must have been outside cold for an hour waiting for a bus to turn up. Now I'm getting so frustrated.
I'm surprised you went on a bus, mate. If I'm quite honest with you.
I could have walked to town in that time.
Yeah.
So
No,
anyway,
I mean it's a bit dodgy, isn't it, at the minute with COVID?
Oh yeah, but there's no one getting on them.
Oh, so they're empty.
Yeah, there's literally hardly. I mean, there were 3.
No, but I mean
people
like
on the
touching stuff and that. Touching stuff.
Oh,
I'd
you
be
just
like,
don't touch. Yeah, just don't touch out.
do you hover? Do you hover on a seat? When you don't want to go to the toilet,
I'm just
and you
not
hover.
frightened
Do you
of
hover
it,
over the seat, Luke?
No, I'm just not frightened of it.
You'd have massive thighs if you did that.
Yeah,
25 minutes doing like the Samson's chair, hovering.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome, mate.
Yeah, all right.
Do you remember the Kachungas? Do you remember Kachungas?
What?
Used to buy back when I was a teenager, right? Used to buy a strip for the week, and it was like a ticket, and they were called Kachungas. And what would you do? Well, you bring your ticket to the bus driver, and he'd just Kachung it like that. One of the tickets off. They called them Kachungas. Well, this is going back a while. Sorry, mate. Anyway, so you got to work late. Because all buses.
Well, no, it's my first day at work. I want to make a good impression. I want to get there on time.
Nobody's probably there, were they? They're all
anyway,
working from home.
I'm stood at bus stop, and my phone rings,
Yeah.
and it's my wife, and she says, "I've got a warning on the dashboard,
Oh
and
God.
it's urea, less than half." I'm like, "What?" Anyway, I googled it, and it's
Oh,
something to do with AdBlue.
AdBlue.
AdBlue's
Yeah.
low.
Did you
So
get? I know what you're gonna say. You're gonna say she got a shiwi out and she weed into the tank.
no, I said it's to do with AdBlue. I said I'll speak to Hyundai and see whether it's what level it is. If it's okay to I wait till weekend to top it up or whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, I got off phone and I looked at it and I'm like, I've got 3% on my phone.
Oh
My
God.
bus tickets on my phone, and the bus still ain't come.
Oh
I'm like,
God.
my phone better not die before this bus comes because I've missed 4 buses
Yeah.
at this point.
Oh
And
God.
anyway, my phone dies in my hand. I'm like, great.
Oh, it's not an
I
iPhone,
can't
is it?
believe it. No. So I'm like, if I go, I live like 3 minutes sprint away from bus stop uphill.
Mm.
So if I go now, can I get back in time for this bus? And if I can't, then it doesn't matter anyway because I'm still not going to be able to get on it because I can't buy a bus ticket. And so I ran as fast as I could to get home because I knew that my wallet's on my desk
Mm.
because I'd ordered some at night before. And
Yeah.
I got home and I'm at my desk looking, thinking, where the bloody hell's my wallet? And I looked on the table and I looked in the kitchen and I had a recollection that she'd told me that she'd put it in my bag, my wallet, which were on my back while I was stood at the bloody bus stop. So I looked in my bag and it's there. So I thought, well, at least I got some exercise running home for no reason. You know what I mean? Anyway, I got back to the bus stop and thankfully I got in this bus. But what a bloody palaver that was. And I'm like, I can't tell my manager I'm going to be late because my phone's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I got to office and it wasn't there anyway.
That's what I was just gonna say. That no one's in anyway, are they? Because
Yeah,
all bloody working from home.
I know.
See all that stress, Luke. I bet you were effing and jeffing, weren't
Yeah,
you? And throwing things around.
yeah. But because my
Effing up.
phone had died,
Yeah.
Claire had tried to ring me again later on,
Mm.
and they've closed the car park that she parks in Halifax
Oh,
because of
okay.
COVID.
Oh,
But they've told them that there's another car park you can go in
yeah.
that's owned by the same company, and you don't
Mhm.
have to pay to park because she got a season ticket.
Yeah.
And so I went over route with her. You go down that road, turn right here, down left, what have you.
Mhm.
But I said, make sure you take the first right after the entrance to the bus station.
Oh God.
So what do you think she did?
Turn left.
No, she turned right into the entrance of the bus station.
Oh, for God's sake.
So she's driving around bus bays.
It wouldn't have mattered. No one would have been there anyway.
Bus drivers are all glaring at you, know. God,
Oh dear.
what a morning.
So was that today or was that every day this
No, that were
week
all
or?
yesterday. Not
Oh, was
yesterday,
it?
but today's been a bit more sensible.
Oh, that's
Oh
good, mate.
God.
Well, I've been buying these headphones because we had some technical issues last week, didn't we, Luke?
Yeah.
And I had a sneaking suspicion might have been these dodgy earbuds I had in. I wasn't satisfied, so I went to the range. Other shops are available, and in the section of clearance there was these headphones for £5, and I tell you, it's the best £5 I've ever spent because they're bloody brilliant. But I was doing that, but also this week, while I was thinking of stories that we could discuss on our podcast, when you're flicking through your memories, you're trying to think of good material, what have you. Sometimes you get stories pop in your head and you think, oh my God, it's not really relevant to us, but it's quite funny. Which I'm going to tell you now. It's a quick story, but it's one that stuck in my head and it made me giggle. And what it was, I went for a drink in a pub in Sheffield. Can't remember what it was called. Years and years ago. And anyway, we were all talking. I don't even know who I was with, but then I noticed on the floor there was a piece there was just outside the toilet. The bar was there, the toilets were next door, but right next to the entrance to one of the toilets was a piece of toilet paper,
Mm.
and on this toilet paper was a perfect anus-shaped mark of shit on it.
What?
Someone had obviously wiped or like they'd more blotted it, and it had fallen on the floor. It stuck to somebody's shoe, and it had trailed out and laid on the floor. And we had this brilliant game of watching who would stand on it next, and it was fucking hilarious because literally about six people stood on it. It then flicked off the shoe. Somebody else stood on it, and then it flicked off somebody else's shoe. And it was just unbelievable. You couldn't write it.
It's like the route to school where I live, littered with dog muck. You know.
Yeah. Well, that would have been a bit more interesting if there would have been dog shit inside the actual pub. But have you ever seen a shitty piece of toilet paper just sticking to random
Oh,
people's feet?
no.
I never have. So it just popped into my head. But yeah, that's what I've been up to. Thinking about shitty toilet rolls and buying some cheap headphones. So
Ooh.
there you go. Apologies about last week's echo. I think it started about 18 minutes, didn't it, Luke?
Yeah.
Started echoing at Luke's end for some reason. But I think we're on top of it now.
Mm.
So hopefully you guys will be able to hear us a bit clearer. So, Luke, how did the idea of making... Well, we've already done the introduction, haven't we?
Yeah.
You've already told us how you got into it and what have you. But I wanted to know, what was the first movie we made together? Can you remember it?
Seem to remember making one called Golden Pie.
That was a good one. You know something? If you're listening to this and you think, what the bloody hell they're on about, if you go onto Luke's YouTube channel, which is luke.s, Luke S Film,
Lucas Film, yeah.
you can actually look at these movies because Luke's kindly uploaded it onto YouTube. But yeah, I remember that one, Luke. I think we've done movies before that, but I specifically remember that one because it was my 18th birthday, and you actually called me up and says, "Do you want to make a movie for your birthday?" And I was like, "Yeah, sod it, why not?"
What? So, what? Do you remember one earlier than that then? Because I just can't remember it. So there's that many we've done.
Well, I remember we did some silly ones like, hang on a minute, I think I've written some of them down. In fact, I know I've written them down. Well, here's one. I'm going to sneeze, Luke. Luke, I'm going to sneeze. Look up. No, I'm not. Blue Lump.
Oh God.
There was an incident, right? This is what I remember. Luke might be able to throw a bit more light on it. We used to just sometimes get the camcorder and just make stuff up as we're going along, didn't we? And for some reason, one of the scenes, I was in front of a computer doing a Italian mafia kind of accent, and for some reason we had the giggles, didn't we? We had the giggles, and I was pretending to type on this computer, and his computer had actually locked up, and for some reason, every time he pressed the key, it went mana mana like that. So I'm going mana 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 like that. Everyone's fucking bursting out laughing, and I was supposed to turn around and start presenting and say today like that, wasn't I? But I couldn't get my words out because everyone were pissing themselves, so I kept going today, and then just collapsing every single take we went for. Do you remember?
And then
And
you
I
had
got,
you had this blue coat.
I had a
didn't
blue
you?
coat on. I had this blue coat on, and anyway, I tried for the 10th time, and I just kind of just collapsed.
You
In
just
just
turned into this like blue mound. You just, your head disappeared, and then all we were left with was this blue lump. And,
we
yeah,
didn't realise that we watched it back,
I
did we?
know, but this is the thing about when we were making films. We had a great fun doing it, but when we got back to house and we played it all back, it was just like twice as funny, wasn't it?
It was so funny, some of this stuff, and when you got the giggles, that made it worse because You're like, right, don't laugh, don't laugh. But every time you didn't try to laugh, you'd laugh even more.
I know.
Oh, it was so. But that were in Cleggie's house. Weren't we?
I
I was
know.
thinking, look, we might have to get some of the mates on this. We could have guests, couldn't we? So we could have.
I've got a clip of Golden Pie to show
Have you?
you.
Oh, okay
Yeah.
then. See if
Let's
it'll
see if I
come through.
can find a picture of
Should
you.
we give a brief description of what golden pie is first before you play that?
Golden Pie is basically like a spoof James Bond type thing.
Piss take of James
Yeah,
Bond in it.
mistake. Alex, we were all filmed in normal clothes. There's no.
Well, I were in my bloody 18th outfit for going out that night. I had a mustard shirt on, I think. A mustard yellow shirt.
Yeah, I'll play.
If I remember. Short sleeve shirt.
Right, I'll share this.
Hopefully I can hear it. Oh, God. Oh, God. This is when I was a streak of piss. Oh, there's Alex. There's me. Jesus Christ, I have hair. I can't hear any sound, by the way.
It doesn't seem to be playing the dialogue.
No, it doesn't. So
It's
anyone
close the
listening
emergency
to
gates, and it closes that small gate. Close the emergency gate.
this is the
Look at it.
Oh, here he goes.
That's how great
Alex
that
jumping
emergency
over the
gate
fence.
is. He just jumps over it.
Yeah, this is you, Luke, running the longest run scene I've ever seen. You must have started running about 2 miles
There's
ago.
me.
There's
I had
you.
an epileptic fit that day, so I've got a carpet burn on my chin.
Jesus Christ. That scene was quite good, actually, that kick.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that in ages. Look at my old phone. Oh, my God, it's an old Panasonic phone.
snooker cue.
Looks more like a walkie-talkie. There's Cleggy. Here he comes. And he does what does he do? Oh, he helps me up here.
Yeah.
Oh, looks like Luke's hard drives. Oh,
You're
God.
just chilling out.
I'm just having a fag there, look.
It's a bit first, but it's like 10 feet away.
So if anyone can't, obviously if anyone listening on the podcast, it's basically a load of lads pretending to have a fight on a dam.
Anyway.
We're in a dam, aren't we? Was this...
It's at Scammondon Dam.
Scammondon Dam, if you YouTube it, or you Google it, Scammondon Dam it looks very much like a James Bond kind of, I don't know, baddie's lair, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I think that's why we picked it. Yeah. But yeah, those were fun. 18. So how many years ago is that then? Well, that's like it's 21 years ago.
22.
So someone may have been born on that day, and I will only just had the 21st birthday, Luke. That make you feel really old, because it does me. But what were the other ones we used to do? Like I think. Do you remember Motor World?
Oh, Motormania.
Oh, Motormania. That was it.
Motormania, yeah.
And I think you've lost that one, haven't you?
I'm just looking on my YouTube channel now.
I don't think it's
like I felt like I still had it, but
yeah. You see, a lot of what you got to remember is a lot of these were on VHS, weren't they?
Yeah, and I've still got a bag of VHS tapes.
Have you?
But I don't. Yeah, and they're all on there. But it's that. I mean, they haven't been played for decades. Do you know what I mean? So but who owns a VHS?
You're gonna have to dig them out, mate. You're gonna have to. Just, if you get a minute.
Who owns a VHS now?
Yeah, but you must know how to convert them, though, surely.
Yeah, I do, but I don't have a VHS. So, but anyway,
we'll figure it. But yeah, there was Motormania. Now, Motormania was who was in it? It was me and my sister.
Glenn.
Glenn.
What Glenn in it?
Yes, because we used his Belmont or his
Belmont. They were a race at end, weren't they?
And it was that were it, and it was the most obscure coloured Astra Belmont I'd ever seen. If you don't know what Belmont is, it's basically a Vauxhall Astra 5-door with a boot, and it was this weird colour. It's like it was what was it like? Like a really like a toothpaste kind of colour, wasn't it? It was like a white and blue, and I had my first car.
Elastic bands on bonnet, It had some lucky bands on bonnet, and it had got too hot one day, and they'd melted and kind of and It become part of the dashboard.
That was his first company car, wasn't
It
it?
was his first company car, yeah.
Oh
So,
Jesus!
but yeah,
But
we've made, that many.
but that was about we just kind of like a Top Gear thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, you're Nova, wasn't it?
Yeah, my first ever Nova. I had 3 spokes on it. I had a cherry bomb exhaust. It was an absolute piece of shit, but I thought it was brilliant. And it was basically me doing a lot of handbrake turns, um, shouting verbal abuse at my sister to get off the bonnet. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Because she was pretending to be a model, wasn't she?
Yeah, bonnet
And
open and she's there. She's there, like showing it off. The bonnet,
yeah, yeah.
the engine and stuff like that. Get off! I polished that this morning. It was like just engine. Like a couple of pipes and like a. It
Well,
was
it
just
was the
like.
most basic 1 litre engine ever. And I'm there lying saying, "Oh yeah, it's a 1.3 SR. It is really, honestly," when it clearly
Polished that
wasn't.
this morning. Dirtiest engine you've ever seen.
Yeah. Oh, it was terrible. And then we ended up with just me and Glenn racing down. Where were we racing? Down back of Marsden somewhere, out into towards Oldham. I can't think.
Yeah.
Between trying to make these really slow cars go fast. It felt really fast, but it actually wasn't. So we had them, didn't we? Oh dear. And what else did we? What other movies did we do? There was. Oh, I remember what you did. You the difference between me and Luke when we were younger was I was a bit of a boy racer, and you weren't really, were you?
No.
But I remember inviting Luke to a cruise. Now, a cruise, if for younger listeners, is basically a gathering of cars in a retail car park, and they basically ask about in
An
cars you show
illegal
off your
gathering.
car. Yeah. But we weren't doing any harm, were we, really? We were just
No.
meeting up and showing each of his cars off, and just a general interest, really. And also for pulling birds back then. But yeah, anyway, I invited Luke to a cruise. There were text messages going around on our Nokias saying, "Oh, there's a cruise going to be at Earlham." Earlham's near Manchester, isn't it, Luke? Somewhere, I think. So anyway, it turned out to be quite a big one. So I invited Luke. I was like, "Luke, have you got your camcorder?" He's like,
How did you find out about it?
It was purely, mate. It was purely text messages. That's how you found out. Someone would
Who did you
organise it.
know who knew about that? It's just
They were all-
without the internet. How did just these
Because
odd
you
ones
just
that just
forward
pop up?
your texts
Yeah.
to someone that would be interested in cars. So, like, all lads I knew from Wakefield, because I used to go to Wakefield a lot, because that's where all boy racer scene was. They'd text me, I'd text another group of lads, they'd text another group of lads, Doncaster lot, Barnsley lot, blah, blah, blah. And you're all interlink, and that's how it just spread. Word got out, and hopefully police won't find out, and then it didn't, did they? Sometimes they'd find out, it's when the grass is up normally. But yeah, I remember there was one in Earlham, and I invited you, didn't I, with camcorder. I was like, "Look, bring your camcorder. You might want to. If you got that on that VHS, mate, that'd be bloody awesome to watch."
Yeah, well,
But anyway, I remember because it was piss funny, wasn't it? We got there, and right in front of us, people were taking turns to do a burnout, which is basically spinning your wheels up until all smoke pours off of them. In it, Luke. And Luke's there just filming it all, weren't you? And there were these group of lads in this battered old Sierra, right? And they were trying to get the wheels to spin, weren't they? And I had some old oil in my boot because my guy used to drink oil like a mother. So I got the oil out. I used to put it under the tyres to make the wheels spin, so I put a bit of oil. And anyway, inadvertently, what had happened was, because there was less grip, he just kept his foot flat to the floor. So the engine just revved higher and higher and higher because there was no... And the next thing, the engine blew up. Went bang! And everyone were cheering and that. And he was like, "How are we going to get home?"
and then some other guy had a go, and he didn't he go off and buy another car for £100 or something?
Yeah, the same guy
The same lad.
got a lift off his mate. Other cars came and went. I think I did a burnout as well. But he went off in a mate's car, bought another Sierra for £100.
How would you know where
Brought
to
it
go?
back.
How would you know where to go?
I don't
Like 10
know.
o'clock at night.
Oh, God knows. He came back, did another burnout, and then blew that one up as well.
I know, I just remember him parking it, like rolling them into a bay. And just leaving them there.
Just left it in a car park. It's probably still there today.
I know.
But these were the days, look,
That
when you
must be
could buy
like
a
20 years ago.
Oh, easy. I was only, when I had that Red Nova, I was
Might be even
18.
more than that. It'll be more than that.
Well, no, it can't be, because I was 18 when I had that Red Nova.
Right.
And I changed it when I was 19, because I got the blue one. I got the SR after that. So it would have been 99, which is 22 years ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, but that was brilliant. And you don't really hear about cruises no more, do you?
No.
Especially didn't have COVID back then, did we?
No. That's that little bit of stretch of road next to the retail park in Wakefield.
Oh,
like that
God.
little one-way
Yeah.
stretch of road there, and the guy crashed his Impreza.
Oh, there was an Impreza and a Skyline. I remember
Skyline,
that.
yeah.
That were it. Yeah, they were racing down the side of the retail park in Wakey. And I think they were racing each other, weren't they? And they both lost control on that corner. And they both ended up crashing the cars, didn't they? But a Skyline back then, I think it was an R33, I think, would have been like a really expensive car back then.
Yeah.
And he smashed it up good and proper. But yeah, oh God, I do remember once, I did handbrake turn in the same retail park, showing off. And I pulled it up and fucking snapped the handbrake cable. But dong! Oh God! There's the handbrake completely vertically up, and I could hear this noise as the cable's dragging on the floor behind me. I was like, "Oh God, that was embarrassing."
That's what we were about, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, and the McDonald's at Wakefield, which is still there at that retail park, they used to play hell with us because they got those plastic speed bumps.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, you could actually do fantastic burnouts on those without destroying your tyres because they were plastics. You just end up melting the plastic rather than your tyres. So we used to do burnouts on them and it'd be like big chunks missing out of these bloody speed bumps. Oh, God. And some lads, you know what some lads used to do? This was another one. You know the plastic trays at McDonald's, the brown ones they used to have? If you had a front-wheel drive car, what they'd do is they'd get you to drive your back wheels onto these trays, put your handbrake on, and then they'd drive round in circles like drifting. So McDonald's used to have loads of these trays with big holes in them. Like, what the hell's going on here? Can you imagine your bloody Big Mac dropping through the middle of one of them? You'd be like, hey! But yeah,
remember the last film we made?
The last one was Stellar Trek.
Stellar Trek 2.
Oh God! Well, Luke's a bit of a Trekkie, aren't you? Or a Trekker?
Well, as the years went by, obviously I'd bought a computer with a bit of an editing program on there, and I could put music to it. The first film we made that I could put sound effects and music to were called Cannibalists, the movie.
Oh God, I remember. Now
Alexander.
Cannibalists is on YouTube.
Yeah.
If you want to watch that, can you get it up now? Can you share that?
Let's have a look.
This was another one. I think this must have been about 2000, I think. Because
well, the date might come up actually when I'm.
Well, I had the next Nova then. I had the 1.4 SR, and it was quite a rare colour because it was a diamond blue. It was called, metallic blue, and it was the last of the old shapes. Oh God, oh God, look at this! If you can't see this, check it out on YouTube. What's it called? Called Canna Bliss.
Romeo Falconridge, there it is.
Well, where have you found it? Also, if you can't see this, also starring John DeCunha, that's me. I'm a streak of piss. Romeo Falconridge.
Yeah, I knew we'd had that name, but I just couldn't remember which film it were in.
Look how much hair I've got.
Mhm.
And sideburns.
Look how
This was
whitewashed it is.
oh
Cannibalists.
god, this is brilliant. Cannibalists. I'm sat on a bench talking to Alex, aren't I?
So you're selling him a leaf of Cannibalist, but it's just a dock leaf growing by that tree. And he says, I can just go and get my own. And you're like, no, it's 10 grand, mate. But I can just go and get my own. No, you can't. It's specially made.
It's
I don't know
specially
why.
made.
I don't know why the audio's not coming through, which is annoying.
I don't know. There's probably some
Can you
other
hear any
technical
audio?
issue.
Can you hear music or any audio coming
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I think. Yeah, we'll have to experiment, Luke. We're
Yeah.
absolute amateurs
through?
at
Anyway,
this.
it's all there to watch anyway. on
It is.
YouTube.
It's called Cannabis on YouTube. Just have a.
There's your name.
There's my. Oh bloody hell! You got the number plate and everything. That was my second Nova. Look, it's a 1.4 SR. That'd be
Look
worth
at
a
you.
fortune now.
Let's find what date.
G
it
Reg.
made.
What's G Reg? Is that? Oh God! Here I am causing vandalism, throwing markers, wooden markers,
The
off the
following
cliff.
scenes are too disturbing to show because I didn't get a chance to film the rest of it.
Oh, your battery ran out or something.
I think that were it. Yeah, my battery. Yeah.
What? Go back to the Nova one because I just want to get that. Oh, you found Million now, have you? Let's go back to that Nova because I want to see the registration. I'm trying to work out. Was it? Oh God, I love that car. You know, I put a body kit on it in the G-Reg G656 MWT. I bet that's it scrappers now. A guy bought it off me. He was a lot older than me. I put a body kit in it. G656. What is it?
MVY.
MVY. God, that'll be on top of a scrap heap somewhere now. That. Look at that. It was lowered. I remember. It was lowered. It had a CIB for front splitter on it.
WY.
Look at that. That is awesome.
See,
Look
old
at the
Bentley.
size of his sun strip. The sun.
You see through that. I remember you cut a little strip out of it up here.
Yeah, well, that was for
And
the
you had, like,
alarm.
Yeah, you had a
The
thing.
Night
over.
Rider thing used to.
Yeah,
Go,
I can remember the Night Rider thing going over.
yeah, but that must be what
Taxis.
almost half of the way down the windscreen. I had a sun visor that fitted myself. Complete MOT failure.
Thing is, though, we shot this film and we arrived, and your car's parking up the hill.
Why didn't I just turn it round?
Why didn't we have your car turned round? So you
I
didn't
had
have
to
to do a
3-point
3-point
turn
turn. It'd
on
be
the
miles
dodgiest
away.
corner.
If it were real life, it'd be miles away by now. But you
That you
have
know,
to do
so
a
that's
3-point turn to chase him. To see if the road's clear.
if you can hear the sound. If you watch it, you can hear me grind into reverse as well. It goes like that. God, that colour's nice though, isn't it? I do like that colour.
You've chased him like 2 yards down the road, and then you stop in the middle of the road, and he stops running.
I know, and the best thing is that's a 60-mile-an-hour corner as well. A blind 60-mile-an-hour corner. We both could have been killed. I'm wearing my Reebok Classics. Look, Levi black jeans, and a very tight top. God, these are brilliant though. That's the other thing I wanted to touch on. Look, with all these films that you do, it's like you're creating memories that you can actually show with your own kids.
Well, they'd just be embarrassed, you know.
No, what the heck? No, but if you just sat them in your own living room, you know what I mean? It's just, oh, Daddy used to do this when he was this age or what have you. And pictures are good, don't get me wrong, but seeing movement brings it to life, doesn't it?
Exactly.
And how many other people can have videos of themselves from our generation? Because this generation have got bloody cameras on the phones. So they'll have loads of documented videos of one another, and they could just be able to pull it up. Whereas we haven't got that, but we have because we've been doing these daft movies, haven't we? You know, But there was
at this
Earlham.
one.
Do you remember the kidnap? Have you
Yeah,
got the
I'm just
kidnap
about
on
to
there?
play it. I'm just about to play it
Got
now.
same brain, mate. Same brain. Let me do a brief description if you're listening to this on the podcast. The kidnap was kind of a first kind of prank,
Yeah, or a
wasn't
prank.
it?
I think we planned to do. I wrote a few different pranks to do,
Mm.
and I don't know. I never got around to doing them, but with this one in particular, Bruce is filming it from afar. You know, we didn't have a tripod, but he's filming it. He's filming it from afar. You know, handheld,
Oh God!
and he
And
must be. I don't know. He's miles, absolutely miles away, and so that's the most annoying part of it. But
well, yeah.
you still can see
He,
what's going on in the thing. So we'll play it, and then
well,
um,
it looks like he developed epilepsy while he was not epilepsy, Parkinson's disease, while while he was trying to film this. So it's very very jerky because he's got it fully zoomed out to the max
yeah,
without anything to rest it on. But anyway, set the scene, Luke. So basically, we reenacting a
yeah,
kidnap, but we did it outside a pub called the Star Pub in
yeah,
Slowett.
which doesn't exist anymore.
Doesn't exist anymore. It shut down years ago, and we're basically going to kidnap someone. So
Yeah,
hit the play, Luke. Here we go. I had full of. If you look at me there, right, just pause it, Luke. If you look at me there, I am absolutely full of hay fever there. I remember this day. Look how puffy my eyes are.
you don't look all like that anymore. Look
I
at
know,
your eyes.
I know, so puffed up. Full of hay fever.
What's on
Alex
your
is.
hat? Is
I've
it Mickey
no
Mouse or
idea.
something?
Nah, it's not Mickey Mouse, is it? I can't even remember owning a cap like that.
No.
But Alex looks like he's ready for winter.
Uh,
He's
but
got a
the
balaclava on or something.
kidnap.
Oh yeah, so
I think
Alex
we
has
must
got.
have watched like Jackass the movie or something. You know.
Yeah, well, Jackass was around this time, wasn't it? It was
Yeah.
early days of Jackass. So we thought, let's make his own prank.
Yeah.
So we sat in a van with a fake baseball bat, with my old work van, wasn't it, for
Yeah.
new
Yeah.
channels? Do you remember?
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
So, and we're just about to go and smack someone
So
around the
let's
head with
play
it
it.
outside a busy pub.
Let's see how it was to do with seeing how the people out the pub
It was a
outside the pub
reaction,
would
wasn't it?
react. Basically, we wanted to see how they'd react.
Yeah.
So
So
that's
who's
me.
that walking on? Oh,
That's
that's so
me.
we kidnap you.
Yeah. So I'm walking along. There's doctor's surgery's there. I'm just standing outside doctor's surgery.
Yeah.
Right. There's your van.
There's my van coming. I mount the curb. I remember now. Bang!
You don't mount the curb. You basically
Jump over it.
bounce onto it.
Oh, that's
So
people
they're
looking.
watching.
They're going, what's going on here? Like, oh, and then we beat you up a bit.
So
Smack.
Alexander's whacking me with a baseball bat. Throws me into the back of the van. Alexander runs away.
Why did he run off? Why did he just get in the van and then we just? Oh dear! And that's
And they're just standing there watching.
nobody even thought. Oh, let's ring police to just look up
They
and
just stood
think.
there watching. They weren't bothered.
Let's just have his pint. Let's carry on his pint. It's all just been beaten up in front and back of a van.
You set up with a wheel spin, no?
Oh, he went.
And he just legs it up.
It was an old Renault Kangoo van, wasn't it?
Yeah,
A Renault Kangoo. Remember them? What else was it? Oh God, Luke, Million. Millions on there as well. Million was basically an old. It was like a gangster. It was inspired by Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, wasn't it? Which was the film of the time, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And we basically found Huddersfield's littered. I don't know if there still is littered with old mills, isn't it?
Derelict mills and stuff.
Derelict mills.
Textiles.
Most of them have now been turned into flats and what have you, haven't they? Like Titanic. But, yeah, this was when they were still derelict. So we kind of we didn't break in, did we? It was already you could easily get access into it.
You could get in, but if we were trespassing.
We were trespassing,
Yeah.
but
And there were
it was a
warnings
brilliant
everywhere,
sight.
you know, saying don't enter this building.
Don't enter
basically
this.
fall into bits, you know.
Yeah,
And
but this was a good one.
God, look at this.
It was a gangster film, basically. I don't even know what the plot was.
Well, there was some money hidden in this mill, wasn't there? And
As you do.
there's some money hidden in this mill. We didn't bring any props with us at
No.
all, you know. And then it were just basically brought ourselves and the camera.
Mhm.
And it starts out in this silo.
Probably got toxic waste in it.
James, the Aussie from Birmingham.
Oh, this
He
for an
just couldn't
old
get his
college
accent
mate.
right. He couldn't get
That's
his
it.
accent right. He sounded Australian and Brummie at the same time. And he kept like swaying in and out of different accents.
If you're listening to this, please go on Luke's YouTube channel and look for Mill Million. It is brilliant. You've got to listen to this accent for yourself. For some reason, the sound won't come through, but please watch it because this accent is brilliant. It really is. It switches between. Oh God, I remember this startup. The startup theme was it THX?
Yeah, it's the THX tune.
That's it.
And it's basically a shot from another old film, and it's me.
That was the hairstyle Luke used to have, just a floppy fringe. Lucasfilm presents a Lucasfilm production.
Lucasfilm production. Look at
Oh
you.
God, look at me. John DeCunha.
Now you know how to spell DeCunha.
James Abbott.
The Aussie from Birmingham.
Alex White. I remember pushing that into his top lip. And you.
It starts out in this thing, this hut thing. Yeah, and it's like, but it's that echoey in there, you know.
Oh, the sound's terrible, isn't it? I remember that cut. That was from Burton.
He put the gun away and he puts the gun in the holster, but it goes down his trouser leg.
Why is James is dressed in complete denim? What is it with me and mustard? I've got a mustard coat on.
I don't know.
Oh God. Oh yeah, and we had one gun, but oh God,
he
that
got
looked
Fall
quite
Guy,
good,
wasn't
that.
he? Alexander always did all stunts.
Well, we used to just beat the hell out of him, really. And he used to love it. But
he did all stunts.
Yeah, we're basically just beating a guy up at the minute. And this bit here is where we're trying to not laugh
come out of the hut thing.
James's accent as well, weren't we? Oh, this was so funny. We got a one silo out the other end and back in. Oh, this is us actually getting into the mill. So we've actually probably going to get the police ringers now, Luke, saying, yeah, were you trespassing 20 years ago? It's £1,000 fine, son. Oh, God. You have got to watch it. It is so bad that it's funny. And it's just us. We had one gun, didn't we?
Yeah, one gun. So we had to share it out.
We had to share it, yeah. So we made it look like we all had a gun each, but somehow we didn't. We're all kind of bunched up hiding behind a wall.
Look at Steve.
Because there's a security guard, isn't there? And we're pretending to sneak past the security guard to get the money. That's it. I remember now. Excuse me. Look. James is dressed in complete denim. He's double denimed.
I know.
I'm wearing boot-cut jeans. What's all that about?
The guard comes. Look where the guard comes from.
The guard is Luke, by the way, and he's just crawling through a hole in the wall.
That's where the guard comes from.
This was when you were supple, Luke. Oh, I love it when you dust your hands off.
I don't think I'd be able to fit through there now.
Yeah, probably not. You get halfway, I think. Oh God, that's what I mean. You could tell anyone about it. Like James wasn't really your mate, was he? He was a mate from college, but even he wanted to get involved, didn't he?
I know, yeah.
Where we are beating you up. Where's the money?
And I remember as well, we were partway through filming this, and my mum rang me and told me my tea were ready, so I had to go home and have my tea.
And then come back.
Miles away, you know. And by the time I'd eaten my tea and it was time
Were
to
it in
come back and
Milnes
finish
Bridge?
filming it.
Was it Milnes Bridge?
Linthwaite. By
Oh,
the time
Linthwaite.
we come back to look at the state of all these trees.
Oh, God, it was so overgrown. It was probably
By the
really
time
dangerous.
we were done and they came back to finish filming it, it was dark.
Ah, that's why it changes there, isn't it? Oh, your tea's ready. Oh, look, another gun. Oh, this is where James dies. You have to watch
The
this.
worst death ever.
The worst death
Get it
ever.
for me.
And then my accent went a bit weird then. I remember it. I couldn't... Because James had just died and then we were shooting. Didn't you put sound effects on this as well?
Yeah.
Shooting sound effects.
Look at this.
It was quite good. And then you got to remember we've only got one gun, so I'm pretending to have a gun, and as Alex has got a gun, and he shoots me in the, and then I get shot in the leg,
You die.
and then I die from a leg wound. It's brilliant.
Oh God, ridiculous! And then I'm the guard, and I've been shot.
Oh God!
Let's see when it was made because of the date on it.
Is there a date on this?
Mm.
I'm guessing 2000, 2001. Hang on, no.
I don't think
2001 I'm going for. What do you think? Drum roll. Drum roll. Music, various artists.
it's actually not as long ago.
2003 was it?
2003.
So I was 22 at the time. 22. Bloody hell. So that was one, wasn't it? But that leads me on to the other ones that we did, look, which are quite a lot newer actually, which I think there must have been about 2005, 2006, which was The Ring Lord.
The Ring Lord.
Which was a complete piss
Inspired
take.
by The Lord of the Rings.
Yep. And that was funny. Because this was when you were getting really good at editing, wasn't it?
Mm.
This was like, God knows how you...
Part 1.
This was when computers were coming in. It was more accessible then, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was intended to be a lot longer, but it was done in parts. There were like 3-minute long parts.
Well, it was harder and harder to get people together, wasn't it? As we were getting older, you know, we had girlfriends, we had, you know, some of us had houses, cars, jobs, full time. It was harder to get people together, wasn't it, as we got older? Well, as naturally as that happened, you know, it's just one of them things.
Alexander didn't do anything.
Oh, God, he was brilliant in this.
Do anything. Alexander, we want to do this, and I want you to do it. Oh, all right then. So,
go and roll down that hill.
Watch this. Yeah, roll down that hill. Watch this. Watch this.
Oh, God, what am I wearing?
In his toilet.
Oh, this is...
Do anything, you know.
That's, obviously, if you just listen to this, my mate's just pulled his entire kecks down to bare his arse to have a wee. And he stumbles across the ring. Yeah.
This ring's just sat here on this rock.
Oh, God. What am I wearing? I've got ripped. Look at me hair.
I know.
I've got highlights in my hair.
Now who's wearing double denim?
I know. Now I'm double denimed up with ripped jeans. I like I'm out of steps. Whose ring was that?
Whose ring was that?
Whose ring was it?
That's what you said. Whose ring was that? What a line. Whose ring was that? How would I know?
Is this where if we do a bit of camera magic here, innit? I put my finger through a ring and then disappear. See if it does it.
Yeah.
We're having an argument over whose ring it is. I'm like, I'll give it here. Me and Alex always did really good. We just did a free take shot where I kick him in the bollocks. Oh, me and Alex got really good at pretending to punch each other, didn't we?
This is it though. It's like as time went on, we kind of learnt more about camera angles and how to make shots look, much
Uh,
better.
well, and acting as well.
Like them fighting
Well,
scenes,
that lie. My ear. Thanks, Luke.
look at him. He's waiting to. My special, he says. Watch this. Watch Alexander
This is
jump.
just a mad fight scene now. This is brilliant. Oh God, where's he gone? I've put the ring on now. I've disappeared and I'm beating him up.
Look, how close were he to whacking his leg on that wall?
He must have injured himself quite a lot. But this is quite good. I'm actually quite shocked how good this is compared to the other ones. Look at that. Look at that shot where I just disappeared.
It's just like a transition between one shot to the next.
I know, but the shots are really good. You know what I mean? It looks half decent.
Yeah. And then,
But by the way, these are all available on Luke S Film YouTube channel. If you think, what the bloody hell are they on about, these two? But this is the ring lord. This is the second one in it, Luke.
Second one, right? So you've gone.
So I've zapped back in. But this must have been. You must have done it in 2 parts because I'm wearing the same clothes, Luke.
Yeah, we're all done it same day.
Oh, was it?
This is the wizard. Gangplank of the blue. Gandalf the Grey. Gangplank the blue.
Oh God, this is that bit. You shall not pass. Oh, this is brilliant. If you're a Lord of the Rings fan, you want to watch this.
Ron the Grey to this pet snake. Where's the pet snake? It died.
It died. Oh God. This is crazy.
God.
There's some good shots though, man. Is this where I ran over someone? No, it isn't. It's no, this isn't, is it? You shall not pass. We're just doing a scene on a bridge where it says, "You shall not pass," and we're just having a fight.
Just on the bridge there. Gandalf.
Yeah. That's Cleggy, isn't it?
Break the bridge. And he shows him the ring. He says, "This gives me the power to do what I want
when I want." Oh God! And he's here we go, another shot where I'm disappearing. That's good though. That look.
Because I must go see Lord Quan.
Oh, is this where Alex gets front? He hurts himself here, doesn't he? He needs another piss, so he drops his kicks. You see his ass again. Is that? There's something funny about someone having a full big boy wee, isn't there? I don't know why. Oh, here we go. Now, this is quite a big drop. This
I know.
This is like and he gets thrown down this I don't know, this really steep hill. And didn't he smacked? I'm sure he smacked it back of his foot on the way down because he instantly grabs for his foot. But he's just chasing me now. I don't know why he's chasing me because he was running away from me a minute ago.
They made something else down there once, and I think that were a different film.
These are, you know something, look, these shots are good, man. Really good. Oh, that's Castle Hill now. That's Castle Hill at Huddersfield, isn't it?
I think, the where.
Well, it's not far off, is it? It's actually a proper castle, isn't it, on a hill? But yeah, this is.
We've gone to see the.
This is part 3. How long are they each?
They're only about 3 minutes long each.
How many views have you had these?
I don't know. I have to tell you.
Yeah. Oh, this is coming up the side.
91 views. It's been on there since April 2007.
That's unbelievable. What's that, like 1 view a year?
God.
Well, hopefully someone's listening to this podcast. I might bump that up a little bit for us. Oh, this is the bit where you're pretending to be some baddie dressed in a tracksuit.
I know. There's no costumes, is there?
No. Look at you with
Oh
that
my
facial
god.
hair. You look really unwell there, Luke. Like you've
Mm.
in some dire need of vitamin D.
This is when I'm working nights at casino, I think, and I'm not eating right.
You're not kidding. You look well drawn.
And I remember we were filming this shot, and like it's an open place, isn't it? There's loads of people around, and someone
No,
comes
just dog
walking up
walkers
steps.
and that.
Someone comes walking up steps while
And
I'm
you're like,
filming this shot.
we're just
And you go,
filming.
look, you're an idiot.
Oh, this is that bit where he hurts himself, isn't it? Is this where I kick him in the face, even though the kick is
Oh,
nowhere
this
near
is
his
the bit
head?
I'm
Watch, nowhere near him.
about. Just do all. He'll just.
I think he swears there because he actually hurt himself.
Oh, you wanker.
I don't think that shot, rewind that, I don't think that was anywhere near my
It
face.
wasn't.
Nowhere near my face. Nowhere near. But yeah, he's just smacked me across the head with a pole and now he's nicking me.
Seeing Gangplank.
Nicking me ring! Yeah, they said nipping me ring then. Go and do that.
But that's the last film Alexander ever made.
And then he just went AWOL then, didn't he? We all just, it's kind of just broke away from our friends group, didn't he? We hadn't heard from him
He's
since.
only thought, I'm not making any more of these stupid films.
He's probably just got sick of getting beaten up all the time and
I'm
injured.
not rolling down any more hills for these guys.
Nah, definitely not. Definitely not. Oh dear. So reflecting back, Luke, on making these films and these movies.
Let's just talk about the last one we made first of all.
Oh, go on then. Go on before we get into deep reflection. Let's have a look at.
We touched
this
on
other film.
making Stellar Trek, didn't we? Some Star Trek films.
Yeah.
Stellar Trek, and then a sequel, Stellar Trek: Lords of Time.
Well, Luke's always been into Star Trek. I've never been into it.
Well,
Just look, really weirdly, Luke. Right now, you are in exactly the same position where your back screen is. Your back screen is so weird. I don't think I can do it because mine's proper zoomed in for some reason.
Yeah, it's like I'm actually that person.
That was so strange. Anyway, carry on.
Where am I?
He's trying to get your earlobe in. For some reason, it cuts your sticky out earlobe out in this. Don't know why.
Yeah, we managed
At least
to.
I've got earlobes.
We're all like married and girlfriends and houses and all sorts of stuff when we started making these ones. Yeah. On my 30th birthday. And so
That were it.
Claire's like, what do you want to do for your 30th birthday? And I'm like, oh, I think I'll make a film.
Was this... Had I just met Karen as well? Because I think it was around my 30th that I met Kaz.
Yeah, so part way through filming, you decided you were up and go, you know.
That were it. Because I was caught him with Karen.
Yeah, and so I think it was first day of filming, or maybe it's second day of filming or something like that, and you were like, oh, I'm going to go and see Karen.
That were it.
And I'm like, thanks, John. We're part way through. How the hell are we going to explain it? Because you were like the second officer on the ship. So how the hell could we explain?
I did feel really bad. But to be fair, mate, she's now my wife and obviously now got my son as well.
Yeah.
So you can't begrudge me too much.
No. But we managed to work in this joke, basically. We managed to rope wives and stuff into this.
Yeah.
And there's actually girls in these films.
Well, apart from my wife.
Yeah.
She was miles away at the time.
Yeah, so it starts off with let's have a look.
He's now bringing it up. Like I say, if you want to watch
it starts
any of
off with a celebration.
Oh, God, I'd forgotten about this. Look how young Bruce looks there. When were this?
Well, it was
30. I'm blacked. Oh, God, I'm blacked up on this.
2001.
I completely forgotten about
2011, it will have been.
2011. By the way, as we're actually using costumes in this, and I'm fully blacked out. I've got.
got
I've got dreadlocks, and my skin has been completely transformed into dark brown. I wish we had sound because this is my Jamaican accent. Anyway, carry on.
be a way of putting sound over. There must be a way of doing
Oh
it.
God, this is so funny. I forgot I played a black officer, and I was like, "Yo, man, me don't know where this gone, you know." I was like that, wasn't it?
So it's
Oh,
a
Luke, you were
celebration,
greened up.
and I'm
You were an
greened up.
alien.
Yeah, I'm Vaughn, the only vegan in Stellar Fleet. God. But
Oh
that's his
dear.
race. That's the alien race.
Yeah.
This is the shittest party I've ever been to.
Oh
But
dear. Oh
anyway,
God. That's
yeah,
when I used to hit the gym hard.
Vaughn gets kidnapped by another alien,
Oh,
and there's a
okay.
meeting about what they're going to do about it.
Oh, where's that bit that's in your old house? Your old
That's
flat?
that's on Stellar Trek 2.
Oh, that is so funny, that bit. That is so funny. But anyway, what we doing here? Oh, they're having a. Oh, you used an office, didn't you?
Yeah, we were in an
Someone
office.
did all CGI for this, didn't they?
Yeah, the lad I work with called Nick um, did a load of CG for it, and the idea was to do it with models. I got
Right.
a model ship, and we're gonna film that and stuff. And I had a go at filming it,
Yeah.
but it just didn't look great at all. It just looked awful.
Yeah, I bet it did.
And anyway, I was talking about it at work, and he goes, "Why don't I do some CGI for you?" I goes, "How are you going to do that?" And he goes, "Oh, I'll download a program and I'll do it." Anyway, he did it, and he ended up doing all
It's good
CG
though,
for it,
isn't
and it
it?
just looked, and it looked okay. I mean, if you look at that,
Basic.
it looks better than a model filmed.
Oh God, yeah, massively.
Um, but yeah, now we're in the meeting room.
Luke,
There's
look at
some
your head right
laptops.
now. Your head was just on top of my body for a second there.
I've actually got hair in that one.
That is
I've got a full head of
crazy.
hair there.
That's so have I. I've got a
No,
full
look
set
at,
of
look at you
dreadlocks.
now.
And
What's the see if you can spot a difference between
look at you there, Luke. You've
no,
got
but
my
look at
head,
you.
your head.
Have you seen a difference with your character?
What I'm not. Ah, yeah, I'm not blacked up in that one, am
You didn't want to get
I?
painted again. You didn't want to get painted again.
So didn't I play his brother? I played his brother or something, didn't I?
That's
Oh,
your
there's
explanation.
yeah.
That was your explanation.
That was
So
funny.
we're filming.
And
We're
this was filmed
filming.
in your work office, wasn't it?
Yeah,
They said you could use it, which is quite cool actually, because
yeah,
it does look more like you're on a spaceship, doesn't it?
yeah. So you're there, and then they beam down. Oh no, is it the second one where you disappeared?
No, I think it is this one where I
No, it's
disappeared.
the second one. The second one when you disappeared, not the first one.
Oh, is it? How many
Yeah.
views did this one get then? Oh, that's clever, sir.
Mm, so this has had 177 views since 2014. God.
6 years.
And,
I thought you'd get more views than that, you know. You think about it.
look at this. Look at this dodgy green screen here.
Or is it just
Look at that. Look how
that is
dodgy that
brilliant.
green screen is. That's
Oh,
the
that's
view
quite
screen.
good.
It looks all right. Yeah.
What was it? Just a blanket?
It's a green screen. I've got a big green screen.
Ah, okay.
And that's
That's cool. Well, they can do it without green screens now, can't they? Well, obviously we've got. How is it? Look at Clay. This is all before we had kids, wasn't it?
oh no, yeah.
It's crazy. Why did you like Pee Wee Herman there, Luke? Sorry, we're all turning round then on that, weren't we?
Oh,
Oh dear, Stellar Trek.
still a trick.
But I think at the beginning of the next movie is super funny. Like super funny, isn't it?
You
Quickly
know, I
show that
changed this film not so long ago because I wanted to change the
lesbian
music.
1, lesbian 2, lesbian 3. I'd never
Written,
noticed that before.
written, filmed, and ditted by Luke Sykes.
Does that really bother you?
Oh God,
It says
unbelievable.
2011 there.
That's when the film was made. Yeah.
Oh, God, so that's 10 years ago.
Mm.
God, time flies, doesn't it? But yeah, quickly show this look 'cause it's cracking on now. Is probably all getting bored now, thinking,
Mm.
well, we can't see jack shit.
I
It must
know.
be over
That's
an
why you
hour
have to
now.
go to YouTube.
And check it out. Yeah, you must go to YouTube. But quickly just show the beginning of Stellar Trek 2 because I think there's a bit that uses a really good bit of editing and like fire comes out of where I get killed or
Oh
something.
right, yeah.
Is that right?
Let's get Still a Trek 2 up.
Yeah, let's watch that. It is really good. But I remember it being very funny as well.
Yeah, there's more comedy in it. Well, the first one's quite funny,
Yeah,
but the way we explain your character disappearing when you went off to see Karen,
yeah,
we just had to think of something on the spot. You know, how we're going to explain John disappearing? He's it's second in command at ship. You know,
yeah.
um,
Oh,
and we actually did the premiere to this in the cinema in
oh,
Elland, didn't
I
we?
remember. Yeah, Luke booked a cinema for his birthday, and they actually played this on the cinema screen. It was brilliant.
Yeah,
And how long is it?
it's
It's an hour
it's
long,
about
isn't
an hour
it?
long. Yeah.
God, just show me that first funny bit before these lot get bored of
So
listening to us.
obviously, as you look, it's obviously got the Doctor Who in it.
Oh yeah, I remember.
And this is like a prologue to the film, basically.
Who did all
Um,
artwork for this?
we met a guy on the internet called Raoul Mamoru from South Africa. I don't know how we,
Jesus.
I don't know how we got hold of him, but basically we asked him to do this artwork for us, and
Yeah.
also I drew a ship, the
Mm.
design of a ship to use in the film, and I
Yeah.
emailed it to him and said, "Can you make this in CGI as a CGI model?"
Yeah.
And he did it all, and it's just like, well, the guy's skill is just
Oh my
unparalleled,
God, it's really
really.
good, isn't it? You want to check this out?
So there's
Oh,
you
there I
in
am.
flat.
Can't remember that hoodie.
Right. So you're regenerating. You're the Doctor basically, and you're regenerating.
Ah, right. Oh God, this is really good. Look at that. There's fire coming out of my face and my hands, and then I'm turning into.
Anyway, you beam down. The crew beams down to investigate what's gone on.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's just find that shot.
All right. Oh, so I was in that bit then. So.
Your Jamaican voice has even disappeared. So you beam down to investigate.
Yeah.
Look around. And then as so he says the malfunction with the transporter. So you were there
Oh.
filming that day, and then when we came to the next day filming, this is how we
Yeah.
explained.
Oh yeah, I get trans.
Oh God!
Get transported into a bird. That's it. I remember now. It's
So
quite a good way of doing it, though.
anyway, so that's that.
Yeah, that's good. So, Luke, we best wrap stuff up. So, before we go, let's have a bit of reflection. Or let's do a bit of reflection on it. Obviously, reflecting back, Lou, it's making movies is just a great creative thing to enjoy with your friends, isn't it? It's one of those ways you can all have a common interest and enjoy yourselves together, and have a bit of fun in it.
And there's no, I mean, when we get into it, um, there's just it's scripted, and
Hmm.
there's a story outline.
Hmm.
So when you look at it, you know what you're going to be doing.
Yeah,
But it's always we always get back into that almost making it up as you go along, because it's all right to have a script, but really the script's only there to tell you what the scene is, and then
yeah.
usually we just kind of get into it and just make it up as we go along. And there's that much laughing and joking and just having a laugh when you're doing it.
Oh God,
I
yeah.
remember doing a scene where there's a character in this film where um, he plays the doctor, but he also plays another character. And
Mm.
because we didn't have a costume or a disguise for him, we ended up basically making him out like he was too tall to fit on the camera. So so his head would cut off. But to get the perspective right, when he started walking, Cleggy's next to him. But to get the perspective right, when they started walking, Cleggy then
Yeah.
had to slouch down and walk along like
Oh God.
while he's walking along, and the camera had to go down to keep the perspective. To keep this perspective, it was
Oh
and it was
God.
just such a funny scene to film.
And the other thing is, Luke, as well, if you look back at his older stuff, like we're talking about on your YouTube channel, and you see the progression and what it's ended up starting from and starting to, you can see a full circle of it, can't you? And
Mm.
how better it's got. And the other thing I want to touch on is, I think I mentioned it earlier in the podcast as well, is that these like visual documentation in your life that you can share with your kids. Because when you made this, your kids weren't around, my kids weren't around.
Well, they
You
were
know,
just weren't even in your mind, were they? At the time.
no. And it's actually made me realise, okay, I hadn't even shown Bailey these. I hadn't even shown Grayson these. And now, after this podcast, I'm going to go and show them to.
Yeah.
You know? So it's all around great. And if you want to get, I mean, how would someone get into this, Luke? I mean, it's pretty easy these days. You can buy a cheap
Just do it
bloody
with your phone.
GoPro, do it with your phone. There's editing programs for free out there. Really good ones. You can either do them on your phone, which is a bit tricky, but you can do them on your laptop. I know there's one that I use called Olive, which is really good. I use for car flicks, and it's so accessible now compared to how it was then.
Mm.
You know, anyone could get into it, and if you want a bit of fun with your mates, why not give it a go? It's fun, and you're creating memories at the same time.
Mm.
So what we're going to talk about on next week's episode, anyway, Lux, we really need to wrap this up because this is probably the longest podcast we've done so far.
Mm.
So I think this was more about your hobby this episode, wasn't it? So I think we're gonna talk about first cars, Luke, because I think we've both kind of had some interesting experiences with first cars, and I think that might be quite funny to
Yeah.
touch on.
Good
Um,
idea.
yeah, so we'll get into that. As always, people, thanks ever so much for listening. If you want to get in touch with us, we are on Twitter. We are that is aimless.yarn. We've got a Facebook page which is at Aimless Yarn. We've also got email, haven't we, Luke?
Endless yam. At
I
endless
can
yam.
tell I'm getting tired now. It's 22:11 at night. Aimless yarn, and we've also got an email address if you want to get in touch. If you want us to talk about something that you've heard us talk about that you want to hear about more, or you got a subject you want us to talk about, please drop us an email. It's aimless.yarn@outlook.com. And as always, please, you can also watch it on YouTube. If you're listening on a podcast and you want to see what our ugly mugs look like, then please go onto YouTube and type in Aimless Yarn. And please like and subscribe all our videos and all our podcasts. And please comment, because it'll be quite nice to see some comments, and get a bit of feedback as well.
Mhm.
Plugs and info. I think I've already kind of covered how to get into movie making. It's very accessible. Obviously we've also mentioned Luke's YouTube channel, which is luke.s.film. Is it Luke S
Luke
Film?
S film, yeah.
You can find all Luke's movies that we've taken part in, all the ones we've discussed today. Please go on there and have a look. You'll find that they're quite funny. Some are absolutely terrible, but they're so terrible they are funny. And also, if you're into cars like I am, please check out my YouTube channel, which is Carflix, spelled Car Flix, all one word. Um, yeah, and thanks ever so much for listening. We really do appreciate it because it's helping two best mates stay in contact, have a bit of fun through this COVID bollocks. Isn't
Mm,
that right, Luke? Is there
yeah.
anything you want to add, Luke?
No,
While we're
that's it. You've
finishing up?
covered it. Just make sure, like you said, like, subscribe, share the content. Click the bell for notifications. That way you'll get notified when a new video goes live. Yeah.
Yeah, so thanks ever so much. And I think that I've sunk right. I think I started off on this video, Luke. I was right up here, and I've slowly kind of just slunk all the way
It
down
serves you
like this.
right for sitting in your bed and doing it.
I know. Well, you can actually see me better though now, can't you? I'm
Yeah.
just saying because it was terrible light in my conservatory, so I thought, sod it, I'll do it on my bed instead.
Mm.
Anyway, everyone, please take
Okay.
care. Look after yourselves in this COVID, and we will see you on the next podcast.
Indeed.
And it's
Bye.
bye from me.
And bye from him.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.